hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened. We'll do it live.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, long time.
Not really.
We're back.
Are your headphones working?
Yeah, are they not? Are they not working now, too?
No, I think they're on. They're just not very.
Good God. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Pallet House.
Again.
We all have a defeated attitude here because we just finished actually recording an episode for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in each week.
About an hour in.
We did our part. We showed up this week, and we started laying it down. And then we went back and we looked at the file, and I would say that you have every 10th word. It was pretty devastating.
So the board messed up, not the recorder. We had an output go bad on the board, it looks like.
Yeah, here, I'll explain it to you how it happened to the guys. We were recording, and then it was over.
Just like that.
Literally sounded like
Sounds
that.
good.
That was basically what we recorded for 50,
almost an hour, yeah.
50-some minutes.
Dude, if we put that out, imagine how, if we didn't realize that and just threw it out. People's heads would have exploded. They would have thought they were going crazy.
Oh, they would have been furious. So, to recap, the ski trip was awesome. Troy's bachelor party is on the horizon. The Concorde no longer flies, but it does some cool stuff. And this beer, well, that's where we were.
Jet planes are crazy.
Jet planes are crazy. The future is here. There you go. You are caught up.
Yeah.
Now laugh.
So we're doing a deli.
Laugh for 10 minutes. We do have a deli that I picked out because it looks like Ely's neighbor.
It
Yeah.
does.
And it is
The
called
Prospector.
It is the Founder's Backwoods Bastard. And the Backwoods Bastard
Basically him.
looks precisely like Ely's neighbor.
Looks like he drives a 1975 brand new vehicle.
For sure.
When I saw this thing, I knew I had to have it. So I spent
Well
the $15 for a 4-pack because I thought,
You were at a bar when you bought it?
no, I was actually completely sober, middle of the day. Was having quite the day.
Is all that bourbon barrel stuff generally more expensive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they take that extra time of dumping it in a barrel, and they have to wait, however many months. And they go, well, for every day I
bet
wait.
they don't wait that long. I bet if you did some research, you'd be surprised by how long it doesn't have to sit there. I wouldn't think.
I think it's only a few months that they have to
I
do.
wouldn't
It's
even
not
think
like
it's that long.
Scotch, which is like 12 years. It's funny because right now, Japanese scotches are going through this crazy situation because the reality with Scotch is the demand that you have 12 years prior is the demand that you make for.
Exactly.
And then you have to wait the 12 years, and then you're like,
Might
here's
not
what
have
we
that
have.
demand.
Well, so Japan never thought it would have people wanting their single malt whiskeys at the rate they do. They started churning out some amazing single malts.
I'd never had any until your boy Jason brought a bottle over here.
Jason,
I think
when
it
he
was
was-
a 12-year.
Yeah, and it was the Yamazaki.
Yeah.
And that stuff was fantastic.
Really?
Well, it became quite popular, and now the demand is huge, but they can't go back in time 12 years and go, hey, we're going to be popular.
If anybody could, Japan could.
That's
yeah.
I'll give you that. But because
Doc
of
Brown.
that, yes. So because of that, though, Japanese scotches are worth a fortune right now because you can't get your hands on them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Supply and demand.
But what we have right here is the
Price should go
Founder's
up, though.
Backwoods Bastard. Well, it is. It's through the roof right now.
If you
I'm sure.
buy a high-end or mid-grade or whatever, 12, 15-year, whatever, 10-year, and you just sit on it for 20 years, is it guaranteed to have better value?
Only because it's rare, not because it got better.
Okay.
Because if it sits in the barrel, then it continues to pick up all
I'm saying
those-
if I bought a bottle of whatever Johnny Walker, whatever the high-end version is, and I just didn't touch it for 50 years, would it be an investment is what I'm getting at?
only in the respect that you can't
That's
get
rare,
that
yeah.
one. You know what I mean?
So,
But if you left it in the barrel, and I do think there's a point of diminishing returns because most people covet 18-year-old scotches. I think that's kind of where the maturity line is. I mean, I've seen a couple 22-year-old and things like that, but 18's usually the one.
I have some like grain alcohol from like the 30s or something in the bottle, like that's unopened.
Wow.
I have a bottle of Everclear
Mhm.
that I've been traveling with me from my last 3 houses. I just
It's never been open.
no, but I figured it's just alcohol.
But Everclear, they're still making.
Yeah. Oh, and there,
But like the
it
bottle
never gets good.
Like the bottle I have, like it has all these. It looks like something a medicine man would sell, and like there's a decent amount missing out of the top
Well, it's probably the opium
from
in
my
there that's worth so
neighbor?
much.
from
My neighbor.
evaporation.
Oh. Did you
What
get
about-
it from my neighbor?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Could've.
Speaking of your neighbor, so this is the Founder's Backwoods Bastard, and I've tried it a bit.
It's almost like we've already done this.
Still
though.
trying. Well, we have done this, Deli, but we only got to my score. So
Hold on.
Yeah, real time. So
That was lifelike.
I'll speed this up just a little. Yes, my taste is I love the caramel in it that comes from the bourbon barrels. I like that. It's supposed to be an ale. I taste 0 ale. In the end, I think it's too sweet, a little too caramelly. The ale doesn't do enough to combat that. I'm giving it a 2.5. And then, as you'll recall from the episode that you didn't hear, I eventually changed my vote to a 2. Troy, you're up. This is
Yeah,
where we were. Now you are caught up.
I agree with everything you said. This tasted exactly the way I thought it was going to taste. It's not. If you like bourbon barrel beer, you're going to love this one. I think it's a good one as far as that goes. Not really my style of beer. I'll give it a 2.5 right down the middle of the road. I don't want to spit take it, but I also don't want to brag on it and tell non-bourbon barrel people to go out and purchase it. Not at $15 a 4-pack, especially. So it's like, it's not bad. It's not good. It's just it tastes like a bourbon barrel beer. The end.
Period.
Yeah. So I give it 2.5.
You know what I liked about it? If you record an hour-long podcast and everything goes to shit, and then you look at the file and you listen to it, and then everybody talks about how pissed off they are and how the video camera didn't work, and then so you find out not only is the audio dead, but then you find out that the video
because
didn't
the video.
work.
Let's let the listeners in too. We've been, as you know, because you're all dedicated listeners. We have YouTube now. We're going on YouTube, and we set our camera up wrong, so that went to shit too.
So we took a photo.
It's been a good night.
We took a photo for 50 minutes,
Yeah.
and then the audio was totally trashed.
Yep.
And then I said, Troy, can I get a beer? And he poured a beer, and then the keg kicked.
Yep.
So we had the trifecta.
We're
in
firing on all cylinders right now.
but I did notice that this Backwoods Bastard tasted really good after the video dies, the audio dies, and the keg kicks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's delicious.
It's actually a 4
Nice.
in that moment in time. So if you have that exact moment in time where a podcast craps on you, all your beer dies, and the video's gone,
Yeah.
I would highly recommend Backwoods
You'll
Bastard.
enjoy the
Okay.
shit out of this.
Before that, I would say it's a 2.
Gotcha.
You know, Ely had a good point, and I have to reiterate it. I'm surprised. We're almost 4 years in, and this is the first major malfunction we've had with audio at all.
It's a
Good
fact.
odds.
I mean, if we have to go another 3 years and 10 months before it happens again, I'll take that.
It's a 0.5%, right?
That means at the end of tonight, we
Yeah.
have to vote on whether to invest money or quit.
Yeah,
That's where we
pretty
are.
much.
Yeah.
We've been there.
That's
I'm looking over your shoulder at another shit board that crapped out on us a couple years ago.
at that point we chose to invest.
I wonder
Yeah.
if there's a warranty on this thing. We should check.
I'm sure we're 4 days over it.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly. Planned obsolescence.
Yeah. Expires 2018. Fuck.
All right, Ely.
Yeah,
What do you think of this
I
beer?
don't like my beer to taste like my liquor.
Yeah.
That is a fair point.
It tastes just like sometimes when people have it in bourbon barrels, it's just a little hint.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean, just something on the tail end. This tastes like bourbon juice.
Like a bourbon drink.
it
yes.
really does.
Like some weird bourbon drink that you
Right.
never had.
And I don't like that. So, I don't know. And it is sweet, like you said.
The sweetness, actually, even after all of the things we went through, I still didn't enjoy the sweetness.
What was the ABV on it?
Nobody checked. I do
We
feel
did not
buzzed.
check, but they're usually higher. So that usually comes into play. I would guess an 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that. I can't.
11.
Oh,
11?
Sweet Jesus.
Good
Yeah.
gracious. No wonder.
It is 11. Well, that explains why I got angry and then happy. That explains a lot.
So there's something going for it.
In this moment, again, if your board dies, your keg kicks, and your GoPro takes a picture for 50 minutes, yes,
You're
I
buying
think the 11%
and you're
is
buying
dope.
a 4-pack, but it's really an 8-pack.
You know what? I'll give you that. It's actually more than an 8-pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Troy, look at you finding the good in the world.
Exactly.
You know me, I'm always Mr. Brightside. That's how I would roll.
I've heard you. I've
Yeah.
heard you say that.
Yeah.
I will give it a 2, right on par with what you said.
Okay. So I think
All
we
right.
all agree that this beer does not taste like beer.
But if you like this style of beer, go buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one note that really comes out is caramel and sweetness, and if you like that,
Bourbon.
If you're sitting at home thinking, how could I get this bourbon into me more often without as much damaging?
If you're like, I want
That's
bourbon,
it.
but not
Yeah.
full bourbon.
Right.
I want my bourbon
I just
cut.
love the flavor.
Yeah.
Can I get like a LaCroix with bourbon?
Yeah.
Then you should try this.
Yeah. Then you'll love
ooh,
this.
bourbon LaCroix
Yeah.
for the
Ooh.
hardcore alcoholic who's trying to keep his job.
Exactly.
Speaking of hardcore alcoholics, ever since I took that ass beating last week in the drink challenge, I'm sitting on 3 fucking alcohols I never fucking
Yeah.
drink.
I think I left mine here too.
Oh, it's in there,
Is it?
and so is my coquito.
Nice.
And you know what I did with that coquito? I had a buddy come over here, like we were late night New Year's Eve, and he loved it, and I just kept pouring
Really?
it. I
After
was like-
sitting in there for a week?
well, there was only like 2 days after, right?
Yeah.
And I just started
5.
I just started pouring it, and he was like, "This is awesome."
You still have
Nice.
a ton in
I
there.
still, unfortunately, because no man can drink more than 2 coquitos.
But I'm sitting on 3 liquors I don't drink a lot. I'm
Yeah.
like trying to find drinks that I can
Work
like.
with them.
You're
Yeah.
not a schnapps guy?
So what I've been doing with it is, so what you can
can't
do,
wait to hear this.
what you can do with vodka, and I find this weird, but you can do vodka colas, right?
Definitely.
I've always thought vodka and cola doesn't mix because I always thought clear goes with clear.
Yeah.
But if you think about it,
What, you
like,
do like a vodka Sprite then? Would that be good?
yeah, but
in
it's
your mind?
vanilla, so it's kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
but it,
Oh, no, that's actually going to be damn good in a Coke.
yeah,
then.
because or root beer because it has hints
Root
of-
beer would be awesome.
Yeah,
I am sold on that idea.
Yeah.
Well, how was it? Did you try it
yeah,
with
it's
root
not,
beer?
yeah, it's not bad at all. Which I've
Not
always
bad?
done. No, it's good.
Meaning-
It's
okay.
good. Like I've always done.
I'm one of the tattoo artists in the city.
Yeah.
You mean you're one of the best? Are you
No,
supposed
I've
to
always
try it?
done root beer. Root beer, like to me, is just as good as cola with rum or bourbon. Like
Yeah.
I like root beer with all that shit. Now the peppermint schnapps, it's a whole nother thing. Like, so I have
That
this
goes
like,
in a
I have this
LaCroix.
mojito drink that's like pre-made, like it's in the bottle. You just pour it over ice, and I'll throw a splash of that in there, just
Just to make it minty.
yeah, just to give it a little mint.
That's not bad. Yeah, I don't know what you do with peppermint schnapps outside
You
of.
use it to dress at the end. That's all you do.
Yeah.
That's
you
exactly it.
But you can throw it
splash
in
it on-
anything,
yeah.
right? Because
But
a
if you're
splash
like-
of mint in
yeah.
anything isn't awful.
Right.
But you could put it in LaCroix,
You could.
Yeah,
right? Make like a mint.
For sure.
you could put it in a
Water?
Sprite,
Yeah.
I really.
but it's schnapps, so it's not even real liquor. It's
Right.
liqueur. Then I got that white cream to cacao. Like I'll never drink
Put in
that.
your White Russians, too.
Yeah,
So you said something a minute ago that I'm now wondering why we don't do more of. How come root beer isn't a base in more drinks? Root beer's
It is
delicious.
A lot of
it-
people don't like it.
it is in my life.
People
Root
don't
beer
like
is-
root beer.
I
You
think so.
Like it's a controversial drink.
I would say controversial, but if you go to like the, Chipotle and there's
A lot of
the root
places don't
beer,
have root
I
beers.
guarantee you, yeah, or the ones that do, it's probably the one getting taken the least.
It's always my go-to, 100% of
Really?
the time. Like,
yeah,
well,
see, I find it.
I shouldn't
like-
say 100% of the time. Every now and then I'll grab a Dr Pepper or a Coke Zero or something.
I'm
or
a sucker
Diet
for a
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
But
fuck around and go to Q, and they got Cheerwine, and that's what I'm getting.
Cheerwine is it. If you're in that Dr. Pepper universe,
Yeah,
Cheerwine's it.
it is.
I don't know.
Cherry Dr. Pepper is exactly
And
what it is.
But isn't Dr. Pepper supposed to be cherry?
No, that's a stupid marketing thing.
Oh.
20. Who the fuck thinks 23 flavors is a good thing?
yeah, have a flavor.
I feel like that's like
yeah,
great.
Yeah. Oh, I guess the sorbate's high.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like- it's true. I don't know why I'd want that many flavors.
No, who said that was our?
I'm
hill to
picking
die
up
on?
notes of everything.
Right,
you know some assholes like trying to name all 23 of them.
right.
Ooh, is that Elmer's glue?
Yeah,
That is
Exactly,
good.
Yeah, turpentine,
Ooh.
fresh.
And that dude, the little Dr. Pepper, how
Oh,
did that
yeah.
get through? You know who that is?
No clue.
It's Justin Guarini, the dude who was across from Kelly Clarkson in the very first American Idol who didn't win.
Oh, with the big
That's
fuzzy
hilarious.
sideshow
yes,
Bob
the sideshow
hair.
Bob
yeah.
looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
That is who.
How'd they shrink him down?
They got
Have
technology.
you not seen Rick Moranis' machine?
That's right.
That's the
That
little
one's on
Dr.
me.
Pepper.
My bad.
it is. Brain farting, man. You get
Yeah.
old.
Love that flick.
Yeah, the
I
other,
mean, documentary.
like the first like couple, or I guess the first like month those commercials were out, it didn't say anything, and then in the second month it would say Justin Guarini, like starring Justin Guarini, because they realized it wasn't.
Let me guess. It also said.
Oh, they had to start saying that?
It
Yeah,
probably
because it
also
wasn't
said
doing
like
much.
not actual size because
Right.
you know how the fucking
They
lawyers
should
make
definitely
everything
make
like
big.
And
you
that's
jump
the
your
truth.
car into the ocean and it turns into a sub. They're like, don't try this at home. This is a closed course.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, they apparently just started putting that there. Like I was gonna go, oh, it's cooler now, but no, it's a little tiny gay cowboy.
Yeah.
It's not even great.
Did you hear about the guy? And I'm gonna fuck this all up, but there was a guy who was an actor back on like the Cosby Show a few months ago. that
Malcolm
got-
Jamal Warner.
No, not him. Who got busted
Oh.
working Whole Foods or not busted? He,
Yeah, I was about to say that's not busted.
yeah,
that's
people
an
were
honorable
like,
living.
So they were like mocking him on Twitter and all that
Really?
shit, and like he ended up getting more acting jobs out of it.
It was
'Cause
the guy who
Nice.
was married to Lisa Bonet, so
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like
yeah.
the son-in-law that would
Yeah.
come over. You know what I mean?
so
Yep.
so allegedly
like the chubby Cosby.
So allegedly, this happened this past week to a dude who was. I didn't watch the first season of Idol, but he was a co-host of Ryan Seacrest. He was a comedian guy,
Yeah. His
and he
I
so
know this.
he was driving an Uber, and somebody was like, "This motherfucker's driving an Uber. He's a loser." And and TMZ put it out there, and he basically was like, "Yeah, I'm working. I chose this job because I get to be home with my family."
Right.
Like,
Do you know he's the one who held out for like more money?
no, I don't.
That's what that whole thing. He started. He was holding out. He wanted more money. He was like,
They told
"No,
him
I think I'm
pound sand."
bigger than this." And he thought he should be the main
The
host,
Seacrest.
Uh-huh.
and Seacrest was like the joke. So he was holding out for more money, and they were like, "How about this? Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're just going to stick with Ryan Seacrest."
Yeah.
And Seacrest is Dick Clark.
Yeah,
Like he has transcended everything.
yeah.
He's now on. He's on.
But
Everything.
my whole point of bringing it up is, isn't it weird that you job shame motherfuckers for like still working when they're not
Yeah.
working? Like,
How about you
Weird.
pick the dude that was famous that's selling crack?
Yeah,
Right.
And go,
yeah.
hey, you crack seller. Fuck you.
Or the guy who's just living in a homeless shelter because he chooses not to fucking work. Like,
Yeah.
Or the
dude's
douche to
dude has
spend
a
it
job.
all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know that this
I
dude's
mean,
on
that
welfare.
guy co-hosting one season of American Idol. It's not like he was a made man and like walked away from it all. Like, yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't a billionaire. Like,
Well, and that dude, I think, was a comedian, too.
yeah, he
So,
was
like,
he was a stand-up comedian.
Who is this person?
I forget the
can't
fucking
remember
dude's
his
name.
It's, I swear it's like
Bad podcast.
a Billy or something. But
I think it is Billy something or another.
he was,
Listen to
And-
your friend Billy Zane.
and he was funny. Like, he was actually good. He just thought he
really?
was better than Ryan Seacrest. Whereas Ryan Seacrest was like, oh, I actually don't sleep. I
Yeah,
just
that
work.
dude
That,
hustles.
that
all
dude
the
is
time.
yeah.
Like, I have no hate for Ryan Seacrest.
well, and he knows his space. Like, I'm a talking head. I'm a pretty boy. Like, I'll stand up here and just say what you want me to say. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, pay
But
me.
he does have that ability to talk
Well, that was
to
like
anybody.
Nick Cannon did the same thing for AGT, where like he got too big for America's Got Talent, and they were like, "All right, see you later." And then Tyra Banks like just steps in, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need you, dude.
You can't get. You're not bigger than a show.
No.
You know, all those people are going to go, all right, screw them. I'm going to produce this guy and direct him up to be what you are.
Well, you look at all those talking head shows. Like, you thought Matt Lauer was untouchable. He fucks up. And, Today's Show didn't miss a beat.
Apparently, Matt Lauer couldn't stop touching.
Yeah, well, there's that.
That was the problem. You know how they always talked about how he had the
locking door?
The locking door?
I heard that most people
So it turns
have
out
that.
that's normal.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he got destroyed for having this locking door like he's some crazy predator.
Creeper.
Like he had it installed himself to.
For nefarious
Yeah, yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
where
Yeah, and it
in
turns
fact
out
it's
that-
not that at all.
That's just a thing that these bigwigs have so that they can lock the door and have these private conversations all the time and then unlock the door and so people
Yeah,
don't barge in
exactly.
when you're talking about your career.
Well, the thing about doors like that lock, like depending on how it's set up, like, yeah, you can lock the door for people coming in. That doesn't mean you don't have free egress out, right?
Right.
Like, so yeah. So somebody can't bug.
Oh, yeah. Who's to say you couldn't
Yeah.
just leave?
Yeah.
Like the door works from the inside.
Exactly.
But not from the outside.
Yeah.
And I guarantee
That would
that's how it
actually
was.
make perfect fucking sense.
Because there's no way you'd be able to remotely lock it both sides. Like
Right.
that's not safe. Because then if you have a heart attack or there's a fire, like no one's getting out, no
Yeah.
one's getting in.
They trumped that up, though. Like he was having this like crazy den of desire.
Pushing
Like he
the
was
button with his
Costanza.
penis.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Like
oh,
he w-
I got hard. I hit the penis.
Yeah.
Door's locked.
Like he was Costanza getting the guy to come in after hours and fucking build that fucking sleeping area under his fucking desk. Like,
Exactly.
no, dude. Like that came with the office probably.
That's awesome,
hilarious,
though.
yeah.
Sorry. Any Seinfeld reference to get me going. Yeah. What's funny, if you listen to the first episode, we were talking about the national championship
Yeah.
game, and we were saying, oh, my gosh, it was so
They're
exciting.
scoring back and forth.
Now here we are in the second episode, and Clemson has absolutely ripped the heart out of Alabama.
Dude, this game is hideous. I just
Yeah.
turned around and saw the score. It's not even close.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention how much we dogged my boy Cody Parkey and how I just
Oh, yeah.
died
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
Bears
yeah.
fan. Yeah, that was also discussed in depth. You should have
He's
heard it.
basically Bartman, right?
Yeah, best sports podcast in Richmond. Really,
We
broke,
did go for a good 20,
did.
25 minutes of sports out of the gate.
We broke it down for 20 minutes. The Bears loss and how Eagles fans suck. I do want to revisit that. Philly fans are trash.
For sure.
And the NFC's garbage, and how the hell fucking the Cowboys and Eagles won this weekend is fucking
Yeah.
beyond me.
I
It
do
is
think it's,
mind-blowing.
I do think it's worth mentioning again that my daughter was actually concerned about going to school today
For her safety.
because one Philly fan is in her class and has always was talking smack all week to her, and she's not a sports fan, so for her to even have smack talking coming at her, she was like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?"
She mentioned in passing one time.
Yeah, she was a Bears
Yeah.
fan, and this kid like rode her all week, and she was like, "I don't want to go to school. This kid's gonna pick on me because we lost." She was very upset about that this morning, and so I told her like any good parent would, "Don't worry about them. Philly people are trash."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know he was a bad person." I was like, it's not what I meant to get to, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You'll learn.
Essentially.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that's crazy that
We shouldn't generalize.
here
but
we are in Virginia. She should be very far removed from this. She's in third grade, and she's already like, "I don't want to go to school."
Y'all follow Kurt Autry on Facebook?
I do.
If you don't, you should. He's hilarious. But that dude, so he's posted a couple stats. Like Richmond, Virginia is like in the top 10 of cities watching football every weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Like, and when I say top 10, like 6 or something. Like,
Wow.
And all the other teams are like teams. All the other cities are cities that have teams.
Yeah.
So it's really fucking weird.
That's crazy.
You know, it's just
I
it
wonder
doesn't
why
make
that
sense.
is.
We love football around here. I mean, don't you know everybody loves football? I mean, the three of us
guess.
do.
Oh yes, clearly.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
And I used to be a big college fan, and I still say college. If you're going to go watch a game, college is better live. But after watching this season, and now we're watching a national championship game, like the fact that the 4 team got fucking trucked by the 1 and the 3 got blown out by the 2, and now the 2 is kicking the shit on 1, like the disparity is not there. Like,
Well, they should have at least 8 teams in the playoffs.
something's not right. I mean,
Yeah.
these teams are the best teams are beating the living shit out of the other teams. Where in NFL, it's not like that. Like you could lose any game, you really could.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something to be
Point
said
proven.
for that. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, the Eagles back then at 9-7, the Bears are 12-4.
But it came down to a
Yeah.
place kicker. What can you do? It's funny you bring up sports because this
We're the
episode,
number one sports podcast in Richmond.
But this episode was designed actually to have a beautiful bookend of we start with Bears, then we start talking about the ski trip, we talk about your bachelor party.
Yeah.
The Jets thing just kind of happened.
We talked about all that. You guys didn't hear?
I don't know how they missed it.
Listen up.
If you let into the I would put it out there so everyone can hear it, but we're not going to. But then it's supposed to bookend very nicely with something that I don't know which one of you brought this to me. I think it was Ely. With how Oculus now has the ability, or at least they're touting the ability, to be able to act like you're front row at like a basketball game or a football game or something like this. I think this is the first time I've seen VR like intrigue me.
Yeah, because that's going.
I was going to say, this is the first time, like, you hear about these technologies and I get remotely excited, and I'm not that big of a sports guy, but this sounds game changer. Like, we've talked about game changers in technology, like Google Glass was supposed to be the next coolest shit ever, and it just literally went nowhere. But, like,
Well, it looked stupid.
I really think this VR looks pretty stupid too if you're not.
What?
Yeah.
No, VR looks really cool. You got this big box on your face. That's awesome.
The whole point of this, I mean, this sounds amazing, and you can do it in your own home and look stupid all day, and no one's going to see you.
Yep.
But the idea, and Ely brought up pre-show, like, the three of us could be sitting courtside at whatever basketball game, whatever football game, look to our left, see one or the other guy, look to the right, see the other guy, 50-yard line, half court, talk to each other. We'd all be in our own homes, and it'd be like we were at the event. Like that, I would pay a premium for that.
For sure.
And
And
I'm
think
not,
about-
like, even basketball like that, I don't even watch basketball. I follow it. But, dude, I would pay some money.
Yes.
And I'd be like hitting you guys up. I'd be like, guys, we going to the Lakers tonight?
Right.
Are we at the Bucks? Where are we tonight? Because you can go anywhere.
And in the VR, you can look and see your buddies.
Yeah.
That would be game changing.
Now, the funny thing-
now, the caveat to that is that your buddy doesn't look like a Wii character.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because currently it is an avatar of your boy
Yeah.
next to you.
Yeah.
But the action you see,
I guarantee you get over it quickly. Like, if I could hear
Oh.
your voice in my ear and I was only seeing a picture of you,
Yes.
I would probably get over that
For
pretty
sure.
quickly. Like, if I looked to the left and saw Ely and heard you fucking cutting a fucking funny joke, I'd be like, all right, we're here.
We're here.
It's
Yeah.
real.
but imagine when it gets to the point where it's like I'm looking next to me and it's really you.
In real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're going to look back and go, these losers were looking at cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
The
are. That's
action
crazy.
was real, but you're looking at a cartoon. Like, what kind of a chump? That's very real. Like, because we look back at things like, oh, you were watching a black and white TV. Hell, look at
Yeah.
phones. Like, this dude had a Zach Morris phone, and we're clowning him because that's so ridiculous looking. That was 20 years ago.
The phones don't get me so much as the 25-inch TV you had that sat at floor level.
25, dude, that's a monster.
Oh, I know. Like, those big pieces of furniture TV that you had that were like
I hope
23
the board's working because
inches.
that fart was loud. Sorry, go on, Troy.
I mean, remember that? Like, it was literally 6 inches off the floor. And you're like, nobody could walk or sit in front of you. Like,
Yeah.
like get out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Had to smack the shit out of the side of it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a game changer for me for VR because
Yes.
I've seen you even if you're on like Mom, turn it off. If you're on, I have to do that 'cause she listens sometimes. If you're on like Pornhub or like something, you'll come across those occasional like VR ones that are designed for like VR. Usually they say porn is what moves technology forward.
Yeah.
In this
Because
instance,
we've talked about it because it actually didn't kill beta. Isn't that what happened?
yeah, beta was actually superior technology, but porn started putting their movies on VHS. Well, then everyone started buying VHS players, and it became the standard.
I need this VHS, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Don't come in the basement.
It's the future.
Exactly.
Leave
we
me
have,
alone.
We have this beta upstairs, son.
Meatloaf.
Mom, I'm finished. Meatloaf.
I'm in my refractory period.
Exactly.
I'm thinking
Don't mess with me.
clearly.
I'm on my computer.
I mean, I'm hungry.
But this is the first time because like I see those scroll through and I'm like, I don't want that. Like I don't even need that. That's stupid. Like I know it's me on the other end.
Yeah.
This is awkward as shit.
Yeah.
And I want to know if someone walks in the room. So this is the first time that I haven't seen technology move me
You
forward.
put your
because
VR
of
goggles
that.
on and porn, and next thing you know, there's a surprise party there, and you have no idea.
Yeah.
You're just
exactly.
having fun.
Dongs out.
Just going at yourself.
Exactly.
Hey.
Someone's Marco Poloing you.
Yeah. All dry humping.
You know, like I don't need that stuff.
Running
So
around your bedroom naked.
Yeah.
Everybody just walks in on you.
like I got
You
a
got the headphones on.
I got a
just
Snapchat
dead
of
to the
me
world.
wearing a VR headset beating off. Where did this come from? Like, you maybe should have taken the screen off, dork. So I think this is the first time that I wasn't, and I don't think porn's going to move it forward, but that sports thing.
especially
The
for
sports
dudes,
thing is
'cause,
huge.
like,
I would tell you right now, I would buy every single one for Caps games or Redskins games.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so check this out. Here's the price point: $1,000, but every Caps game of the year, right on the glass, center ice. Would you pay that price for VR feed of every Caps game? That's a lot of games.
just for hockey.
I'm just picking, and I'm only giving you Caps games.
No, I wouldn't.
500.
Ooh, yeah, probably right around there.
I was running it over in the pre-show talk, and
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like $500 is the price point for me.
You know what would, for me, being a casual sports fan for like basketball and hockey and stuff like that, like if I knew other people were, if I knew you two were in, I'd be like, oh yeah, well then I'll
exactly.
jump in, because if I can like be sitting at home and be like, oh, the Caps play tonight, and be like throwing the VR goggles, look to my left and Ely's there, look to my right and Brennan's there, and we're having a hang at a fucking sporting event.
Right.
Like, okay, I like hanging out with my buddies. I like drinking beer. I like watching sports. Like, I can do it from my own home. Fucking done.
Then how much would you pay for a single game? Because you got to think, you could probably get into that game, assuming you travel, you park, you do all the bullshit. You're probably going to be able to get the worst seat in the house for $25.
Yeah, plus parking, plus
Best
traveling,
seat in the
plus-
house is hundreds of dollars. Now you're getting the best seat of the house virtually in HD in your face with your boys next to you. How much would you pay for that? You're courtside.
You're gonna have to pay Oculus a monthly fee too, because
Is that how that works?
I would imagine they're just setting. Think about the infrastructure for the stadium. They're just setting up literally one camera for millions of people in the stadium,
I
and then
think-
Oculus just sells it to everybody.
But what if this is how I was thinking? Because obviously this
What
is
would I
gonna
pay,
be-
or what do I think should be a good price to pay? Because there's two different numbers there. Like,
Give me the
someone
price-
might pay $50, but
But would you pay $20 for one game?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I in my
Yeah.
mind, I would pay $20 for a one-time game. If I knew you guys were going to be hanging out on the VR, I'd be like, yeah, I'd give
Yeah,
a $20
for sure.
entry
Yeah.
fee to sit in our group.
Yeah.
Especially, and I don't know how this would work, but especially if it would just be us three as the avatars, because we're the three in our group. So like we log into the same
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes, which it would be.
But I can turn around and see the crowd
Yeah.
because
the crowd of other VRs or the crowd that's there.
The
crowd
actual
that's
crowd.
there.
Yeah.
I would assume it'd be the actual crowd.
because if I assume it's a 360 camera.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they can't allow me to turn around and truly experience
Right.
VR.
But even if you could only go 180 each way, that'd be pretty dope.
But I would like to be able to turn around, and that way, like you could be like,
You can hear the people heckling and stuff.
and then
Well, that
you
would
get
be
to
cool.
say things like, "Hey, check out the girl over here." In
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
And like you look back, and it's like, "Oh, damn."
I'm
You guys
really
aren't
here.
beating off while you're watching this game. Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
What's your avatar doing, Brendan? It's
Why are
weird.
you?
Yeah.
Why are you so excited? at halftime?
Seizure-ish.
Why are you so sweaty? Watching cops?
Watching cops.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. But I think this is the game changer for me.
Dude,
But what if, because obviously this is going to kill stadium revenue, right?
On some level.
It's gonna kill their. It's gonna.
No, it's the beginning
It's
of the
gonna
end.
kill. No, because I think it'll always be there, but the tickets will be nothing.
I think ticket sales are slowly dropping on everything anyway with HD TVs.
They are.
And 70-inch TVs. And, I mean,
It's killing
we've all
it.
talked about how we'd rather just watch a game from home because it's just a better experience.
Your
now.
Redskins are a perfect example of this. Now, also, they are awful, which doesn't help.
No.
But they were awful for a long time and still had a rabid fan base.
Exactly. When they were awful, there was still a 20-year waiting list for season tickets. That waiting list is gone.
Yes, it is.
Like, it's completely gone.
And they've gotten rid of a lot of seats.
Yeah.
Like, they're starting to remove seats out of...
Yeah, they're actually, they're shrinking. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I've got to think that as you start installing these VR feeds, you're going to chip away at ticket sales. And
that's one thing about the ticket sales that I don't get. Like, all these dummies don't seem to understand that, like, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, like, yeah, you sold out because you were the only game in town. Like, I can't tell you how many shows you guys have told me to watch, that all my friends have told me to watch. If I didn't have a job and could only watch TV, I couldn't watch all the cool shows that are on now.
Right.
Fact.
But I'm supposed to go to every baseball game. There's 81 home games. I can't do that. I can't go to 8 home football games. I can't go to, 41 basketball games. Like, I just can't. But, 80 years ago, that was, you're reading the paper or listening to the radio or actually going to that event.
You get the paper every morning just to see how the Cubs did.
Exactly.
Like, that would be a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember as a kid, I would be all amped up. I needed to know. And I'd find it, and I'd look it up and go, sweet, Cubs won.
Yeah.
That was a rush for me. That was a moment in the day that I looked forward to.
Yeah, because, like, SportsCenter wasn't hardly a thing when we were kids.
No, I had to wait till the weekends to watch George Michael's Sports Machine.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
So to think that 100,000 people still want to go to every game, like, that's just silly. Like, that's not
But
where
I think
we
the
are.
amount of people they're going to want to do this is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like,
do you envision
take everyone that wants to watch it at their home and multiply it because you can do awesome shit.
Yeah, because now I'm looking
I
around.
think more
and doing
people.
it.
Yeah.
I think more people
Way
want it.
more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like fringe fans will be like, I'm in on this.
But the question is, will the teams try to make up the lost revenue with this new media source and start charging? Like, is it going to be, if the tickets to go are 100, is it going to be 80? You know what I mean?
They should, because the worst case scenario is they keep doing the VR, and then all of a sudden you have a sports team playing to an empty stadium with cameras.
Right.
well, I guess the
Could you
ultimate
imagine
thing
that? It'd be
is
completely quiet.
That would be.
You
They've
hear
actually had
basketball
that.
scream.
That's
Geek,
happened.
Geek, geek, geek. That's all you'd be hearing back and forth, and everyone would be sitting there watching through their headset.
I guess the question is, like, what percentage of income comes from ticket sales anyway?
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier.
Because I don't think it's a lot, honestly. Believe it or not, like, I think the TV rights are what really.
Yeah, but you own the stadium.
The real
and
question
you gotta fill
is,
it.
would any of you still go to a game?
No.
I don't go to many games anyway,
I wouldn't
so
It's because I'm that fan that, like, if the Bulls come to town or the Bears play in town, like, I will actually drive to DC sometimes just to see it. But if I had the option, I would never do that.
I still think there's no experience like going to an event. Like,
Until
if
you
you
put that on your head one time, you're like, it's the exact same.
That's what
would
it
it
is.
be?
Yeah.
Would it be the exact? I don't
Their
think it would
goal
be the
is to
exact
get
same.
it there.
Yeah, their goal, but tailgating, going there, seeing all the people, that's an
true.
experience. But I'm saying
That's it.
Like, as a
Next thing you know, your neighborhood's tailgating.
as a fringe Redskins fan, the first time I went up there, I was like, that's incredible. The first time I went to a professional baseball game, it was the Yankees at Camden Yards. I mean, that was an amazing situation.
Yeah.
But going there once, twice, 5 times, okay, now I'm done. Now I'm in the
if
VR
I lived
game.
in the neighborhood, maybe.
Yeah.
Because then it's like I walk over there and enjoy it.
But now
and check
every
it
couple
out.
years I get tickets to a Skins game, and I go, yeah, let's go. And then I have an awful time. And I go, why did I do that? That was not worth even free tickets. It's not worth, you know?
Tailgate, dude, think about the fact that you could tailgate and then everyone would just sit in their chair and put their headset on. No one's going in the stadium.
Oh, have like a tailgate VR?
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Or
shit.
no,
You
you
could host
just
a
do your
tailgate
regular,
at the Kroger.
That's what I'm saying. You tailgate at your house, cook up some wings or a pig in the in the driveway.
Oh, and
when
then
the game
everybody
starts, everybody straps their shit on.
And you're all
It's
sitting
like,
at the 50.
still sitting there.
Nice.
Yeah, all in your chairs outside.
I thought you meant everybody tailgates by themselves with the VR.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the same.
Hey, look, everybody, I'm shotgunning a beer.
Right.
God,
A virtual beer.
Shut up, Carl.
that is crazy because this is
Yeah.
the beginning of the end. Because it's already a giant pain in my ass to go to the game because the TV's better. I mean, look at this. Look at the angle we're looking at right now. We're looking directly at a punt from the end zone. Well, if you're sitting in the other end zone,
We're 5 yards behind this guy.
if you're sitting in the other end zone, it's trash. Like it's absolutely awful. And these, we no longer have to deal with that because we have TV.
Yeah.
Well, now
and like
I'm going to have the best seat in the house.
you go to a football game or even a baseball game or a basketball game, but like mostly football, like you look down or you look away and like you've missed a play or it's a review play. You don't know what's going on. On TV, you've seen it. You've seen the replay 20 times.
You know what though?
You know what's up.
They can't be giving me my replays. If I want the VR, I want to be there. I want to be seeing it. I want to be able to look up and look at that giant screen.
Well,
to
you want to
watch
hear the announcers.
Yeah, I actually want it to be.
So it still won't be as good as TV,
but
on
it's
some
better
levels.
in some respects.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I
think-
wouldn't watch all my games like that, I don't think, but it would definitely be something cool, and especially, like we said, if you can get your friends in on it, like, it's cool.
It's a special occasion. Tonight's the national championship game. I guarantee we have 15 friends that would have preferred to put on a headset
From their
stay
house.
at home,
Yeah.
and hang out with their boys.
Or a fight, dude.
That.
UFC.
Oh
Yes.
God, that just took that to a
Changed
whole new
everything.
thing. Yeah, like that's.
Yeah.
And so you know how I think they should
that
do
view
it.
probably sucks, right? Through a cage.
No, they would put a tripod up above the cage. Come on.
Okay.
Got technology.
Yeah, it'd be.
But then
pretty
it wouldn't be
sweet.
like
Fucking
you were really
NFL's
there.
got a goddamn floating camera.
Yeah, but it's
on
not
3
like you're really
strings.
there.
It'd be looking through the cage.
Pretty close.
You know what though? The only way I can see this working, because these venues, these giant stadiums, they make all their money on the seating. What they should do is, if you own the stadium, you should own the rights to your event, and you should be the one who sells the feed, as opposed to like, just buying DirecTV and saying I want to have all the NFL games. You should have to buy your team. That's probably the smart way to do it, so that the owners keep their money, the stadiums keep their money. You go, I want the Redskins feed.
Which is probably what it'll be.
I think that's the only way, because
Yeah.
otherwise, why would they embrace this? Because it's chipping away at their ticket sales. But if you can guarantee that I'm a big part of the profit, so now I say I want to buy the Redskins feed or the Cubs feed.
The cool thing will be too, like a lot of venues, like not football so much, but yeah, some football, but like they do other events. So like you could be seeing concerts from these venues. You could be.
I was thinking about that. Concerts would be fantastic.
Yeah, because
that would be awesome.
every
like
Saturday
I just went and
night,
saw Dave Matthews, and I had the straight back from the stage all the way at the top of John Paul Jones.
That's horrible.
Which, I mean,
You went way out of your way to do it.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
Yeah.
But would you have stayed home with your wife with headsets on to watch that?
Yeah. I mean, from front and center, yeah, that's a whole nother level.
I agree.
I got this weird like I would need a motion sensor on my headset. Like the idea that someone could be walking around me bugs me the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to see my reality.
Somebody's
a
like
little bit,
air
too.
Yes.
punching you from outside the thing.
Right.
You don't even
like
know what's
maybe
going
just
on.
the edges or something are clear.
And
something like that.
I'm sure that's coming, where you can be like, I want my front to be my feed, but I want my peripherals to be like, and this is the worst part, I want my peripherals to actually be by cameras so that I can see different areas of my real world.
Or yeah, just a camera straight in front of you.
But that
Yeah,
takes
why
you
not?
out of
Yeah.
it. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah, they want it to be completely immersive to
Yeah.
the point that
Yeah.
it's just you and your avatar buddy.
Yeah. Especially if you have
guess.
headphones on, like you really wouldn't
That's
know.
gonna bug me out. I can't see me honestly doing that.
You'd just be firing shots
I
out
would-
into
yeah.
your into your
I would
living
be
room.
bugged out the whole time.
Like, sorry,
So,
honey,
I'm weird
I
like
just
that.
unloaded a clip.
What if you were sitting in a closet? You'd feel more comfortable. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, probably.
You sit your
Yeah.
whole body in a closet and
a
shut
sound
the
booth.
door.
A sound
Yeah.
booth, like just.
But it would make you feel more comfortable
Yeah.
because you know that no one's to the right, behind, or
Well,
left,
and you wouldn't
know?
hurt yourself. You wouldn't jump up and trip over your coffee table or something.
How
I would need a
crazy
motion
is it?
sensor or something.
But you would honestly be better off sitting in a little tiny closet. And there's no other place in life where I'd go, I would rather just be in this little
For
confined
3
space.
hours.
But I would feel more comfortable
Yeah.
there because I'm in a virtual world. That's
You've been in the closet
That's
your whole
weird.
life, man.
Oh.
As soon as I thought closet as the answer, I was like, I'm probably
There's a
setting
joke
myself
coming
up.
here.
Yeah. Well, I knew you'd get
I
it.
missed that one, but Ely picked it up, slammed it home.
No, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait
Could I mute you?
for you to come out. What?
How long till that is? Like, it's got to be less than a year, right?
I mean, Oculus is. I honestly don't know the answer to that.
I
We
mean,
should
I
look
feel
into
like
that.
it's just exponentially getting.
The fact that they're putting it on commercials and pushing it.
Have you seen it on a commercial aside from what we saw? I think I saw it on the internet.
Oh,
Like
they
an
have
ad.
they have a commercial now where they show one guy sitting outside on his deck, and then another guy sitting in his house somewhere else, and they're watching the game and they're cutting up jokes.
Really?
And it's a
So
commercial.
I just wonder
for-
what teams have these installed so far.
And that's I haven't heard of any teams doing it.
I need to
It's
look
kind
this
of
up.
genius because I guarantee that if you put that one little, I mean, the infrastructure's tiny, right? Like one 360 camera on each
In
side of
one
the
chair?
court.
Yeah.
Like, and then so your stadium holds
You got to have like
25,000 people. Okay, let's say half those people show up, but you get 20 times the virtual people. Like,
Right.
that's a no-brainer, right?
Your fucking cell phone.
you definitely have to have
Facebook's
a
got 360 view.
few cameras around because some people might be like, I want to be on the visitor side, I want to be on this side.
Yeah, I mean, you could put
Other
a
people would be
dozen
like-
different. You could tier them like seats. Like, you want the $50
They
seat or you
will.
want the $30 seat?
You know what? I want them all. I'd pay more.
You
so
guys
I
like
could-
front row?
Depends.
No,
I like
I like
10.
10 rows up.
Yeah.
Have you ever sat floor at a basketball
No,
game?
see a
No.
basketball game, I'd
So
be front
I
row.
got front row seats to a UVA basketball game at John Paul Jones, and it was fucking next level,
Really?
dude. It was crazy. Like, from me to you, that's how close I was to the players
Right.
while they're fucking playing the sport.
right.
I've had second row at the Skins, which is pretty cool, but that's kind of cool because, like, you get free food and free drink. And the view wasn't too bad, but I personally...
Players on the sidelines are so large, you got to see over 'em.
Dude, yeah. I prefer to be up a few levels,
Yeah.
a few rows. And actually,
but I think that's where they would put
I've
it.
always found the
That's
first.
why they put club levels right
Yep.
Yeah.
there.
I've always found the first row and whatever the second level is you can't go wrong.
Right.
Like
First
that's-
row, second level
Yeah.
is awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
Because you're looking over all those rich
You're pretty
schmucks,
close. You're actually closer than a lot of people on the lower level.
and there's no one in
and
front
there's
of
no
you.
one in front of you.
No,
So,
it's actually perfection if you can pull it off.
yeah. But like a basketball game, you want to be
Dude,
floor level.
Floor seats
Yeah.
at a basketball game, come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I bet they VR like the playoffs, the finals. I bet those are the ones
I
that
couldn't wait.
get
If
it.
they VR the Masters, I would love that shit.
Oh, that would be
That
cool.
would be awesome.
So I guess we're all in
Yeah. I'll sign
for
right
the
now.
first time.
And I'm not a VR guy. Like, it really hasn't
I'm not
interested
either.
me. Like,
It seems stupid.
Yeah.
It's all this fake animated crap. But if you can start televising where I want to be,
yeah.
damn.
Imagine too, like there's got to be like a whole nother market where it's like
There is.
you come home from work and you've had a shit day. All right, well
I want to go walk through the museum.
I'm going to Cozumel and I'm just gonna sit on a fucking beach
Yeah.
right now, and you're just gonna sit there on the beach. You sit in your chair in your fucking house drinking a Corona.
Someone drops
and you're
a
looking
360
around.
camera there.
Yeah.
You're sitting.
Wow.
You're just sitting in front of the ocean, just hearing that ocean
Yeah.
wash up. You're looking at the white sand beaches. You're probably like,
You got a space heater
Chilling.
on at your feet. You're like,
yeah.
ah.
I mean,
That
there's
would be
got to be a
awesome.
million
There
different
is.
fucking ideas.
Let's
Yeah.
get a VR in here so people can hang out.
That'd be cool too.
Let's be the first podcast to have a VR set up.
That's a great idea.
Like that would be
Yeah.
wild. Like people could just sit in with us
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
during the live feed. Of course, we'd have to be in VR headsets so we could see them. No, fuck them.
Yeah. They could
We-
be here.
Well, and
Interacting
we'd
with us.
have to be able to get our normal camera feed down and our audio feed down, which is
Oh, and we need a keg.
yeah.
Do you guys realize that since we protested and said "fuck this," we're not doing this. We'll just give them a shit episode. Well, I'm sorry. We said we're going to give them the best we got, but we're going to
Yeah.
do like a short episode. That was 50 minutes ago.
Oh,
Wow.
we've already kicked out of.
We did an
50 minutes?
hour. I almost wonder if we even need to put the
Doom Flitchy?
the bonus episode,
The
25-minute
the
bonus
extra?
we were going to do.
It's up to you. Do we have enough topics to move forward?
No, I'm saying like it's VR, man.
Yeah, just keep going with it.
It's just the VR episode because reality sucks tonight.
For sure.
Nothing worked.
Speaking of reality, if you want to go to the next topic, Ely brought up
What? You're all right? We're going down. Do it. What do you got?
that fucking for real tattoo that motherfucker got.
That's insane. Who does that?
This is the scorn lover situation you were talking about, Ely.
Yeah, Scorn Lover who got a tattoo
On his chest, right?
on his chest. Let me see if I can find it.
And it was
and read
weird looking. It looked like it was like a text message thread or something off fucking Reddit or something weird. Like this dude cheated on his wife or something.
Ely, why don't you give us
Yeah,
the backstory on
Yeah,
this
so
situation?
I don't really
He's
know
looking
much
it
about
up.
the backstory at all. And I can't seem to find it at all. But basically, it's a guy got a tattoo. It was on, I don't know where I saw it, somewhere online. Might have been Barstool or
was
something.
Barstool.
But basically, this guy went and got a tattoo on his chest. And it basically, the tattoo, it's a paragraph of writing. And it's essentially, not verbatim, but as best I can remember, it says, I am getting this tattoo free of will in order
Oh, it's
to,
like state your name.
in order to
fucking-
win back my girlfriend. I'm acknowledging.
It was a girlfriend, not a wife.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't even his wife.
In order to
Whoa.
win back my girlfriend, I'm acknowledging that I'm, and then it listed. It was like, one of them was like,
I'm a
A
whore.
cheater.
yeah, a cheater.
Oh, he got whores. Like,
Piece of
I,
shit.
I,
One was
I
like a
love
whore.
whores.
I love whores. Yeah, it was insane.
But he wrote, I love whores. I'm not faithful. I'm not an honest man. I shouldn't be trusted. And then it was, I am deceitful. And they had misspelled deceitful.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
And
glorious.
And it said, what Ely said out was like,
Here it is right here. I, Jose L. Torres, am getting a tattoo voluntarily
Build that
on
wall.
January 2nd, 2019, so that I can earn my wife's trust back for the pain and suffering
Oh, it was a wife.
I have caused in our marriage. I am, and he listed them, I am a liar, a cheater, a manipulator, a deceiver, a whore / prostitute lover, dishonest, and disrespectful. Right on my man's chest.
like it's the whole.
Okay, so
just-
what's best case
No,
scenario
the best
here?
that you spelled deceitful right, you jag off. He
Yeah.
literally spelled deceitful wrong.
I just
so
don't like
no
the
The least
regrets.
of his worries.
Okay, so here's my thought process. So I'm assuming the wife laid this down. Like, if you're going to do this,
Yeah, and
you gotta do this.
you got
Well-
to say it's of your own free will because that's
Yeah.
where the controversy comes in. Did he do this as a way to win her back, or
That-
did
if
she
he did,
say,
that's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Or
There's
did
no
she say,
chance
"Screw
that
you"?
happened, and it's funny you mention that because Angela and I had a discussion about that. She seems to think that the dude did it on his own accord.
No, he
took it
would've
to
gotten a
her.
flower with her
Right.
name on it or
exactly.
something.
I
Like,
totally agree
yeah.
with you. She said, "You need to do this
Yeah.
to make this right."
But this is why
sure.
this is why she's dumb, because
So-
okay, so
All right, where are you going to go with
so-
this?
that's right. Yeah, why?
I'm dying to know.
So you forgive him, air quotes. All is forgiven. He got tattoo. I love you, babe. Let's make sweet love. He rips his shirt off. Now I hate you again.
Yeah.
like every goddamn
That's-
time.
It's funny because that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that she's going to have a constant reminder because this asshole did tattoo that on his chest. I mean, that's the worst case.
Yeah, all day,
scenario.
every day.
And
That
if
is
there's
weird.
one thing I know about scorned women, they never let you live that down. Like he
What?
can't win from here. There
No.
was a girl.
I
that-
did see a comment. Dude said, your second wife's going to love that shit.
Yeah. like, how about his fourth?
Yeah.
There was a girl in college that I had broken up with. We were single, and then I ended up hooking up with another girl, and I denied that I had hooked up with another girl, and I got everything comes out in the wash.
Yeah, but
you know?
you didn't do anything wrong.
And no. But what I did do was this lie, right? She's like, "Have you hooked up with anybody?" And I was like, "No." And then it came out that, well, clearly, yes,
Yeah.
I was single and
I can do what the fuck I want.
I'm in college, but I didn't want to like have that conversation. So when it came out, we got back together. It never went away.
Yeah.
Like every
You
single
mean she
time.
didn't let what you did while you weren't together?
And that was without a tattoo on my chest saying that I did it.
to remind
And
her.
every time
Yeah.
we got in an argument, it would get to a certain point where I'd start to win, because of, logic. And so I'd start.
Oh, you brought logic to that argument?
I understand that that's not how you argue with women, but I'm going to get nasty emails for that comment. but sometimes, you're just
Facts don't matter. It's how they feel.
Well, so I would be stating my argument, and then all of a sudden, if I got to a point where she felt backed into a corner, she'd be like, "Yeah, but you fucking lied to me and hooked up with that girl." And I was like, "You know what?" After a little while, I was like, "If this is going to keep rearing its head, I can't stay in this relationship. It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't care about you anymore. It has everything to do with the fact that forgiveness isn't there.
Yeah.
Like, we're not truly forgiven. There was still a problem. So
it just stays in the back pocket forever.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Well, this dude put the card on his chest.
Yes. In
Like,
case she
that's
loses
the
it.
worst. That's the worst ever.
Right.
Now he's never, ever going to win. And I think that is the dumbest thing you could do.
Yeah. It's horrible. I can't even fathom it.
And
Who
then
the
to
fuck-
misspell it. Like, I would spell check
I
the
can
shit out of it.
I can justifiably say that the two of them are fucking batshit crazy humans just from that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. They are absolutely.
And I have no problem coming to that conclusion.
Well, the funny thing is, it's like, okay, you love her that much to get that awful tattoo, right? But you don't love her enough to not cheat on her 100 times?
Yeah.
Like, I'm confused.
Well, and that's it. He clearly was a whoremonger.
Yeah.
Because no one brings up
Loving
prostitutes and whores, you know?
Yeah, right.
Like, that's not just some random thing.
That was probably a conversation about, like, how about I just put whore lover? No. Whore / prostitute. Do we have to have the / prostitute?
How about we just go to prostitute? Because that insinuates that they're all whores.
Exactly.
But whores, it's a
but I
wide
didn't pay but once.
That
you
wasn't
paid, it's a prostitute.
That wasn't the I got drunk at the club and made out with some rando chick. That's like,
Yeah.
I busted your ass, like, paying hookers over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like,
Jokes
At
on
the rest
you.
area.
The chick, the whore was a tattoo artist. Getting this was the best night of my life.
she blew me.
Some of the comments, dude, some of the comments that people put on the internet just in general, I lose my shit. Like,
Absolutely.
Like funny stuff?
yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, holy fuck. I don't even know, man, but I can just get my jollies off reading comments.
dude, there was
I
a
will
show.
do that sometimes. I'll watch a video I
Yeah.
like and then go, ooh, I can't wait. And
I know.
scroll down and just spend the next 10 minutes in the comments.
Dude, there was a show on Comedy Central a few years ago called TCS, the comment section.
Uh-huh.
And it lasted 6 episodes. It was the executive
that
producer
actually sounds good.
was Joe McHale. It was hilarious.
He's great.
Oh, he's awesome.
How did that fail?
I don't know. Like, the wife and I watched all 6 episodes and just lost our shit the entire time. And it just was one of those, like, the bigwigs at Comedy Central didn't fucking, green light it. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
hilarious.
That's unfortunate.
On the other side
section
on
is
the
great.
other side of that, what people do put on the internet, I'm like, what? This isn't fucking worthy of putting up here. What are we talking about, people? I really don't understand.
I don't get it either, man. I don't know.
But yeah, the comments. A lot of things I just go straight to the comments.
Like the pictures of this dude's bare chest, and people are like, a couple of chest days wouldn't kill you.
Maybe you wouldn't need to pay for whores.
That's right.
he's too
And
busy.
then somebody was like, he's using Comic Sans. It's the fucking worst.
No, he did not use Comic Sans. Like, oh, no, baby, as you can
Oh,
see, this
yeah.
is all ironic.
Classic
she
font
means nothing
jokes.
to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic font joke.
There was one I saw a meme the other day that, like, it was the back of a car that a clown, like literally like someone's business. They were a clown, and they were like, "Why is it in blood font?" It was like Smiley the clown. It was like, "Why is this in blood font?"
And then right when comments can't get any better, somebody invents GIFs.
oh my god,
Oh
dude.
my god!
Dude,
How did we live without that? How did we live without that?
I have no idea.
I
The
live
best
in a
at
GIF world.
conveying emotion and thought. I love that shit, dude.
There's not when I'm drunk and I don't really want to have a conversation, but I do want to be engaging. I'm a GIF machine.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I just GIF.
Yep.
Because I don't want to have to
They're
come up
great.
with something clever, but I do think that the human form puts out the best jokes.
That kid.
That kid, like he's all over the internet.
Yeah.
For when it's something that you're like, what the fuck? That kid's eyes killing me, dude. Oh shit.
So if you can get the footage from Pat walking away from here with the headphones on the other night,
yeah, I have
that
it.
that would be my
That's
favorite inside the Pallet House GIF.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's great,
It's
man.
classic Pat.
It's Pat walking off with the headphones and completely jacking the board. In
Pat-
fact, the more I think
Oh.
about it, that's what ruined the board.
That's exactly what ruined the board.
Nailed it.
Pat killed the board, and that's why we've had to
Because he
record this
jerked
entire.
the fuck out of the
Fucking destructor.
headphone jack and just ripped everything across the board. So yeah, it probably did damage it.
I'm
It
gonna
didn't
need,
help
I'm gonna
it.
need $100.
At least two.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Imagine if we sent Pat a bill
Oh my.
and with the GIF,
Yeah.
like here's our Venmo GIF.
Right.
You
we
owe
should
us
bill
a
it,
board.
we should bill him for the hour we already put in.
I think so.
That episode, if we could, it was the best episode we've ever done.
Ever.
Yes.
It was so good,
Yeah.
man.
We were
it
on a
was
roll.
We were just
Shit was hitting.
everything was hilarious.
Everything. I remember at one point I peed myself.
Yeah, a
and
little
I thought,
bit.
no one's gonna notice because Healy fucked up the video.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's below the bar top.
Exactly, brilliant,
I'm good.
guys. We just put down an hour.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So does that count? Are we done?
I think that counts. We don't even need to put out that bonus episode.
We do need to do something with that bonus episode because it is kind of funny.
What we're gonna do is
It's
tease
a
it.
shit show.
We're gonna tease it because we recorded the other night after the holiday drink
After
show.
Illy left, after we
had,
were all hammered.
we had Jay, Joe, and the Abacus here, JJA in the house, and they took their first shots of Malort. And we're gonna
Yeah,
keep.
it was
I'm gonna
funny
keep that one in the
because-
pocket.
Let's tease it a little more because so we did the holiday drink episode. We were all half in the bag, and we're all sitting around
I was
watching.
fully in the bag.
Yeah, and then like one of them, I forget who brought up, but like a
The
couple of them brought
Abacus
up. They
was
were
upset.
like they were upset at us. They were like, I've been here a couple times now, and you haven't offered me Malort yet.
The Abacus was honestly upset.
Really?
Yeah.
He was like, honestly, I thought that you would have offered.
Yeah, he was like,
offered
I
a
thought
shot
we
of
were
Malort."
friends.
That's hilarious.
He was like,
Why
I
have
thought
you
that
not
was
offered
a
me Malort yet?
protocol for new people on the show, and I was like, yeah, I mean it totally is, but it just didn't work out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, we should take that shot of Malort. And I was like, well, here, man, here's the bottle. And he's like, no, I wanted to do it on the air.
Yeah, he wanted to do it on the air.
That's awesome.
And I was like, you know what? Everything's set up. Allow me to hit play.
I thought it was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. It was a horrible idea. And when this extra episode comes out, it'll be awful.
Nice.
But it's
But
a
it'll also be
25-minute shit show of the three of them having their first Malort shot, and of course, Brennan and I partook because
We're
Why not?
grown-ups.
we're grown-ups, and we love Malort. And,
I do love Malort. I have a hard
what
time.
was their
arguing.
reaction? You want to save it?
We'll save it for the air.
Okay.
We'll just say they loved it, like any grown-up does.
Yeah.
Have you heard anyone's reaction to it? And I think you know how their reaction's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to start there. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in and bearing with us on the what is probably the most
Pun
difficult.
intended with that bear?
Bear down.
No, everyone, no, because if they'd heard the first episode, that would have been more relevant.
Yeah.
True.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't sent us any topics, please do so over at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Like us wherever you get your podcast from. And always you can reach out to us on Twitter and Instagram at ITPH Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. And Seriously, Cincinnati swap a dude.
Or chick.
More chicks, actually.
Yeah.
Cincinnati
more
swaps some chicks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be here next week, assuming everything works. Cheers.
Maybe. Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
No.
No, it was not. That's on me.